think that was his nickname even. Ace Franklin.
Yeah. Well, anything else you got?
That's it.
Let's get this show started.
All right, so welcome to the...
Starting on a good energy.
Starting it on a copyright strike.
Starting...
I invented that.
So welcome to the Heyyy Show.
Sure.
I'm thrown off big time.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hey! Thanks for
This
being here.
This is a show about BJJ and fighting randomness. It's also a show where we shit talk white belts. This is not a show for experts. This is a show for people who...
Do you think everybody ever goes to this show and they're like, hey, it's the Heyyy Show. This is the BJ segment.
The what?
Because it's Hey. And they Googled the wrong thing.
And
What are
that's
you
a
talking
BJ
about?
segment?
Yeah. You know, because it's like, hey. No.
And I'm lost, dude.
Me too.
All right, you guys have to If you guys do come across that, send me a message. No.
I don't know where to go with any of that. I'm lost. So let's just go on to Ronnie's segment, which is Walmart Fighter. So Ronnie, would you like to explain this?
Yeah, so I got this idea. I'm stealing it directly from my wife because we were driving through town and we seen someone we used to go to school with that looked like the Walmart or the knockoff version of their younger self. And I was like, oh, that's Walmart. And I'm not going to say their name.
Wish.com.
Wish
they
Wish
have
is
an
another
American
good
Idol
example. I mean, they should. I think it's probably tattooed on them. So I thought surely there's fighters out there that are either their older selves or the Walmart looking version of their younger selves, or maybe there's two fighters that one looks like the knockoff version of the other. And I have examples, and I will make some that I think everyone can agree with. And I feel like GSP with hair looks like the knockoff version of GSP without hair.
Dude, I totally agree. He looks so goofy with
It
hair.
looks awful with hair.
I totally
GSP
agree.
with hair is the craziest thing
Do you
ever.
have a picture?
I mean, we can internet it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's so funny. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
GSP without hair and with hair?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
looks
so
like
taken
GSP.
aback.
GSP with hair looks like he's the
knockoff
Russian
version.
like if you bought
Oh.
it from Wish.com. So there's GSP with
Oh,
hair.
yeah, I do remember that.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I do remember when and then he bleached it blonde at one point,
Yeah,
didn't
I mean it's fairly bleached in that
Yeah,
picture. We
I
don't
do,
have
yeah,
the
he looked kinda
technology
like
to
It was
pop it up
post-retirement
here.
when he got
Where
hair.
In
Yeah.
future, we'll pop it up right here.
he? We'll turn
this
my
is our-
face into GSP.
This is our new segment. Google that shit.
Google that shit.
Yeah. You do
Just
the work.
Pause, like, subscribe,
We ain't doing shit.
and then pause and go look that up, and then come back.
And then send us money.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Another example I had of that, which I'm going to go ahead and say because it just got such a great reaction from Brandon, is I feel like Rich Franklin is the knockoff version of Jake Shields.
And yeah, I feel the opposite, kind of.
So again, Google that.
Can we Google that? No, I'm just...
Now you're talking about like technique wise, right? Or are you talking about
I think straight up looks. I'm talking
okay.
straight up looks. I think that Rich Franklin looks like the knockoff version of Jake Shields. Jake Shields is a handsome looking dude, and Rich Franklin has been put through the ringer a couple
Usually
times.
the opposite.
Yeah.
And you think the opposite?
Yeah, and I think the opposite.
You think the other one's been put through the ringer.
Wow. This segment has legs. Wow, this is good. This is really good.
Yeah,
This goes back to the intro.
All right, so there's my examples. So I did homework.
I as I say, I also now I'm going to contribute to this segment.
All
'cause
right,
This is like
good.
like hijinks. I can always contribute to those segments. So I did more based on ability.
Okay,
So like I interpreted the question differently. And the first one I
so
had
I'm the shallow piece of shit. Got it.
That's right. So the first one I had is just because of one maneuver this person does, which is amazing to me, is I believe Justin Gagey is Walmart version of Dan Henderson.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
No one agrees with that one. That's a shitty
You
one.
guys are
I'm
all
just
over
trying
my
to think
head
of
on this segment.
trying to think of a
so
specific technique
for
I've
once
seen
I
them
actually
both
shut
do.
up.
I mean, it's just the H bomb. It's just
Yeah.
the overhand right.
Okay. Yeah.
But Dan Henderson's is slightly better.
For sure. You know,
Powerful.
I think I'd agree with you on that one.
What about that one guy that had the big belly? That over. hand.
Oh,
knocked
Roy
everyone out.
Nelson.
Roy Nelson.
Yeah. Roy,
Now-
Big Country Nelson.
Now I have another one, but it's based on like just like
Is
fighting.
he the Rule King version?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think someone with the nickname of Big Country is the Rule King version.
Yeah, I think so.
I saw him in real life, and he's
Damn.
a scary human being.
Well,
bet.
I think anybody that could do what he did should be scary.
He's just scary looking.
It's
Like,
the
just
worst, though.
terrifying.
I mean, I don't want to be afraid of a guy that has a rat tail,
Yeah.
but he has a rat tail, and I'm
You know
afraid
who
of him.
should have a rat tail next show? Brandon.
I'll start working on it. You know, I had one when I was a kid.
Oh,
Was that during
Show's
your
over.
modeling? During your modeling
Yeah.
days?
when you were
Well,
modeling for
before that.
Copenhagen?
Is
Yeah.
that when you got the one offer?
From Copenhagen,
Back to the
yeah,
beginning of our
specifically.
show.
Oh man, I think at that point you're modeling for Walmart at that point with a rat tail.
I wish I did for Copenhagen.
The
Skull.
only other one I had was, and I did not get the right mix of it. I just wanted to say this name. I believe that, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know which way to go with it. Cabbage is a Walmart version of Mark Hunt, but I don't think that's a good one. I was still workshopping that one really hard. I was trying to figure it out. Cabbage is a funny.
Is this
name.
like Dylan Dennis is a Walmart version of who does he follow? Who's the guys? The two brothers that were in the UFC forever.
Oh, the Diaz's.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
one's the older one?
Nick.
Nick.
Diaz.
I think
Dylan Dennis is a
dang it,
wannabe
that's a
Walmart
good one.
version
That's
of.
a good one. That's
Nick-
a really good one. Yeah,
Nick,
that's
that's
a
a good one.
So-
And then on top of that, Nick Diaz is a Walmart version of his younger self. For sure.
In his last outing, for sure.
His last outing, yeah.
He didn't look great.
Ooh.
Man. So we,
Ooh. Sorry, Tyler. I know if you don't watch this.
Yeah.
So,
If you do, fuck
we
you.
we talked too much about BJJ on this for him to watch this. Right?
yeah, yeah. Not enough throwing hands.
Anybody else have another one?
That's all I got.
Yeah, I think those are pretty good.
Those are pretty good.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go on to our last segment till we get to shit talking white belts, and that is story time. So this is a combination of me and Ronnie. I just wanted to hear really fun Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu stories, just from our experiences or things we heard, or whatever. It doesn't matter. But what the question that for today is, what is your fondest memory? I love the word fondest.
Wow.
Fondest memory of going unconscious or watching someone go unconscious. This also means the person didn't die.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go first because, and this is pretty rare for me. So I was put unconscious at, what was it? It's the Las Vegas one. It's the Amateur Worlds or like Novice
Oh,
Worlds. or
Internet
whatever.
Novice Worlds, yeah.
So I went by myself just for my daughter to compete. There was no one there with me.
I was
Like,
there in spirit.
Yeah. I think Chad was on a FaceTime. And
But
then,
I ran away
Yeah.
when you passed out.
And then Tina's like, okay,
Kind of like
Michael.
when I ran from Ronnie that one time.
Michael died. So anyways, so this large hulking man comes up and looks way younger and just way more fit and better life choices than me. And I watched his first match, and he just savagely did this judo throw and went right to an arm bar. And I was like, okay, so I'm not going to stand up with this guy. I'm going to immediately do something. But also pulling guard looks pretty awful. So I was like, okay, as soon as we shake hands, I'm just going to shoot a double. Just as fast as I can.
That sounds
And get to
horrible.
my turtle stuff, and maybe something good happens. Instead, what happens is he bow choked me, and I kept thinking, okay, this is really tight. Oh, this really hurts. Okay, now I need to tap. And then I woke up, and I dreamt that I was in my hotel room, and I couldn't figure out why I was there. And then I looked up at the lights, and two men's faces were like going, "Are you okay?" And then the best part of this story is the medic came over and was trying to get me to sit down. She's like, "I think I need to call the ambulance." And I go, "I'm fucking embarrassed enough. Can I just walk off these fucking mats?" And that was my story. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fun. I had a
That
good
does
time.
sound fond.
And Chad
That is a fond
and Chad
memory.
abandoned me and didn't come. He
Yeah.
was supposed to come, but he abandoned me.
I was there in spirit.
All right, whoever wants to go next.
I got two.
As the one of you.
Both of them are me.
Yes.
So the first time I ever went unconscious, I was I was training in Mount Vernon, and I was going with Andy. I cannot remember his last name, but we always called him the doctor.
Yep.
Right. He was one of the most intelligent guys I've ever met, He was very smart with jiu-jitsu, but he also was very injury prone. He had like metal plates in his, or he had metal rods in his neck because he still competes. He was a monster, but he had me in side control and he was putting shoulder pressure on, and I was fighting it, and the next thing I realized is I stopped fighting it, and then I kind of came back to, and he was in mount. He then, round gets over, he then proceeds to tell me what I needed to do to prevent him from going into mount. And I said, Andy, you put me unconscious. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You good? It's like, yeah, I'm good. It's just, that's why I wasn't defending it. It's because I had no faculties.
I'm like, fond of that story.
He's like, oh yeah, well, that would be why.
That does make sense.
And then the other time is, and Chad is going to be very fond of this story, is I was training with Chad, and he put me in a loop choke. And I had thought that I came up, I got his legs, I pulled in, I pulled out of the loop choke, and I came around and ended up in side control. But what had really happened was I dreamt all that, and I woke up with him going like, dude, you went out. I was like, I swear to God, I passed your guard. And he's like, nope. Not today, motherfucker.
Well. That was a good story.
Yeah, it's a good story. Yeah.
And this I can't even get it out. And this segment is sponsored to you by cocaine, which we will now give Chad to wake him up.
All right. Let's see. I have it. It's here. Okay. So I was reffing a Fuji Paducah 5 years ago.
Why? That's my question.
Reffing's the
What were you
worst
doing
thing in
in
the world.
Paducah?
They had that Fuji Paducah. So this guy gets choked completely unconscious, and he wakes up and he's like trying to attack me, right? But it's not like, you know, where he doesn't try to double leg me or anything. He just kind of like is really like angry at me, and I'm like, dude, calm down, like I'm the ref. So then later, this is the awkward part, is later I'm in the bathroom going to the bathroom, and he comes up and stands beside me, and we're just both peeing in the urinal. And he's like, I'm really sorry about that. When I woke up, I thought you were in my wife's bedroom, and I was going to beat your ass. And I said,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I said,
You have been sitting on this story for so long. I've never heard this one. This is good.
And I was like, yeah, but this is a really awkward place to say sorry. Because I'm really uncomfortable in urinals talking to other men.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I'm sorry. And then we walked out.
And
I'm
never
sorry
saw
twice.
each other
I'm
again.
sorry twice.
That's Mandy, I think, was there, and she remembered that.
Oh, man.
So that was when I reffed once.
Oh,
and then
first and last.
Tristan, everyone knows the
Yeah.
Tristan when he was 14. Derek did a guillotine to him, and Tristan passed out. They don't even know how. It was the worst guillotine I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know how Tristan passed out, because like the neck's exposed, everything. I'm like, and Tristan wakes up and he goes to the bathroom, and I was like, why is there a puddle on the floor?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't even know.
Poor Tristan.
So then I smell it, and I said, I think it's urine. And it was. He peed himself. And for like 4 years, he didn't want anyone to know that story.
Yeah.
And of course, now he thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
But I remember that like it was yesterday. That's the first time I ever seen anyone pee themselves after they got choked unconscious.
Yeah, I've never actually gotten choked completely
I
unconscious
got 4 stories
yet.
on this. I'm probably going to take yours. Then
Number 3.
Heath comes down to teach, and he's teaching a technique on Tristan, and he's showing a choke, and Tristan just lets himself go completely out. And then he wakes back up, and Heath said, what the fuck are you doing? And he said, I thought you'd call me a bitch if I So he let him choke him completely unconscious.
What an
On
alternative.
a technique.
Oh.
Like in front of the whole class.
In front of the
middle
whole
or
class,
whatever.
yeah. Like he's
Yeah.
just, and he's like, you're an idiot. And you know, the sad part is Tristan had some correct, you know, like in his thinking
Yeah.
process. You know, like when Heath was showing a technique on me in Chicago, I'm like, man, on one end I don't want to tap, but my shoulder feels like it's literally going to explode. So I understand where he was coming from.
Yeah.
And then is your story the story that I think it is, or is it?
I just literally have never been choked out. That's
Oh,
all.
I thought you were gonna tell me about the time you choked me out
Oh no, I wasn't
before
gonna
the
do
no-gi
that.
pans.
I wasn't gonna do that.
First time I ever got choked unconscious was by this dickhead right here.
With a move that doesn't even.
With a move
it's like
that
not
shouldn't
even
even
real.
work.
You know?
It's real, clearly. Clearly, it's real. We're getting ready for the no-gi pans, and it's the day before we have to leave. And I'm thinking about all this shit I got to do to get ready. And you're doing this dumb half-guard choke shit that I'm literally in my head. I remember like it was yesterday. I was like,
You
It's
got
almost-
stuck in half guard?
I was fucking around with him.
Yeah, I was on top of that.
And I was like, this shit's not. He like had it like, you know, like he was just shoving this
It's
hand
like an
down, this
Ezekiel,
hand down. Like
kinda.
it's like a
A no-gi
no-gi
Ezekiel.
modified Ezekiel. But
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was on my side, and I was like, even if this thing starts getting tight, there's so much space.
And dude, it felt tight, and I was like pushing it, and then I was like, all right, I'll let go. And then I just heard you like, and I was like, oh
That is
shit,
the
I let
noise.
go. And
And
then
I
you woke
remember
up.
like, I was like, why the fuck did you turn the music up so loud?
Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
all you
I haven't
asked
done
me."
anything. And I was like, well, who's messing with the music? And you're like, dude, what are you talking about?
It's like, are you okay? I'm so sorry.
Clearly not.
And
I
I
felt
was
so
like-
bad for the rest of the class too.
I was like, shit, for real? So that's
To
my
that shit?
that's my 4 stories.
Well done.
Yeah.
What do you got?
One of the only ones I can actually even think of that hasn't been covered already was just, I think it was Gi Pans, and I think Tommy won Pans.
Oh,
it was his
yeah.
finals match. He baseball bat choked someone.
No,
totally.
he looped.
Oh, was it?
He looped, remember? And he didn't have the loop choke, and the guy was driving so
Yeah, he
hard
was pushing
forward
into
that he
it.
choked
He put
himself, out.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was cool.
I think
mean,
that was the
because
finals too.
It was either the finals or the semis, but yeah, he had lost the push down, and the guy was just driving so hard forward that
Yeah,
he
he
choked
choked
himself
himself.
unconscious. There was nothing to stop him from just backing up and stopping the
Yeah.
choke.
That's pretty cool.
So that was a good segment, yeah.
That we had a younger student do that not too long ago, where he was in
Austin?
a cross in
Yeah.
a cross collar choke, and he just kept driving forward and put himself out. Yeah, you gotta.
That was good.
Yeah, he learned a lesson, that's for sure.
So, real quick, is everyone inspired now to go out and compete?
Yeah,
I think everyone is.
Definitely.
And if you are inspired to go and compete, you should go to FujiBJJ.com because they have some really, really great local tournaments.
What do we got coming up?
We have a couple coming up, actually. It's Kansas City, Missouri. It is in Kansas City. So, it is July 9th. Then there is Washington, D.C. Summer Championship. Spoiler alert, though, it's in Sterling, Virginia. So, that's July 16th. We also have the Hendersonville, North Carolina tournament. That's July 23rd. And, we have a couple other good ones, too. We have New York, New Jersey Summer Open. That is in Hillburn, New York. That's July 24th. And speak of the devil,
Ooh.
Paducah Summer Championship,
Oh.
Paducah, Kentucky. They used to have some really good
You want
restaurants,
to
but I
get
don't live
choked
there anymore.
unconscious and me wake up with your wife? Go to Paducah.
and get your discount tobacco while you're there.
I was about to say, that's the only reason to go to Paducah,
You can get good
Kentucky.
fireworks in Kentucky
Well,
too.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go,
fireworks.
fireworks, yeah.
Anything's legal in Kentucky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even dating your sister.
Most of
See, we didn't want to go there.
Specifically.
We went straight right there. All right, so let's go ahead and get on to our last segment. That's Shit Talking Wild Wilds, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Thanks for watching the show. All right, we are back with another segment of Shit Talking White Belts, and we're going to go with round 2 of King of the Mat 175 and up from the previous weeks ago.
boys.
And we're going to continue this and go into round 2 and see what we get into.
I gotta say, I do like that Punisher dude.
I know.
It's sick.
I told him that all the time that I like that Punisher gi. All right, so I like this matchup. It's Chris, right, and Jose. I think that we're
Wow,
going to
does
match
Chris
up.
have him?
I don't know. So this is cool. Like with King of the Mat, you just got to find a partner. You got 30 seconds to find a partner.
Oh,
And,
does Logan go out to this guy? Because
He's going to get straight ankle locked,
Yeah, because
right?
that dude ankle
That dude
locked
has a
lot.
great
It's
straight
good.
ankle lock.
Enormous.
Evan Moss, I
Yep.
think is his name. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. We start the match.
And he's gone. So we're on a different match.
Let's go back to Jose. I like this
Who do we got over
matchup.
here on the left?
Pulls guard.
I believe Derek Ryback probably, and I don't know who the
That's
other
the
guy
judo
would be.
guy that showed up. We had some judo people just
Oh,
show
yeah,
up from
yeah, yeah.
Smooth Comp, and they just said, well, can we at least do the tournament? And
Yeah.
and one of
Yeah.
them did really good, actually. It
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
They all, it was fun until it got to the ground. Everyone was in danger because there was about 4 or 5 throws that I saw that just took souls.
I hope we got some video.
I hope so too.
Maybe, yeah, we'll have to watch. Let's
Looks
watch.
like Jose took Chris
Did
down.
he get side control?
Sitting up for the Kimura.
No, Chris pulled guard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chris
nice.
pulled guard a
Chris
lot.
pulled guard.
I went over that with him.
Looks like he's going for the Kimura, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Jose should really, the guard's open. When
Yeah.
you feel
That guard open, you gotta
Like-
be going.
when the guard's open, there's no reason for you to sit there going forward.
Absolutely.
You know, you should immediately just be putting your hands on the belt, putting your hands on the hips, backing out of there, standing up. Get out of the people's closed guards. Quit accepting closed guard as an okay, safe place.
I hope he sits after he hits him with the hip bone.
Move out of the way, officials.
Yeah, his guard's way open now. What the hell did
He's got,
he do?
yeah.
He's working something.
Brandon's learning what he's got to work on next week. Who's that weirdo?
I seen in the far corner. I just blanked on his name. We talked about him last time. Cole. Cole was playing close guard in one of the biggest gentlemen that I've ever seen in my life, and that's
Cole?
just not a smart thing.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I told him the same thing. He's trying to triangle.
He's trying to throw triangles on a guy
Step-
that's 3 times his size. That's no.
Rule 1, do not throw triangles on really big guys. It's not a good outcome.
No. Oh, we might have a
So-
submission. Michael's blocking him up.
Yeah, we don't. Chris has still
Oh.
got the close guard.
Well, we know Logan went out because I see his opponent over there. So
Oh, yeah. Who did Logan fight that round?
that was Evan.
Oh, the ankle lock.
huge
So he
guy.
probably got ankle locked.
Ooh, did you see that guard pull
Yeah,
into the,
she was one of the judo
straight into
people.
the
Yep.
sweep, into the arm bar? That was nice.
Yeah.
Ty, in reality, Ty's got to be close to his blue belt.
Yeah.
He's been training for a while now and competing for a while, so
He won this division as well,
he
right?
did. He won the division.
Yeah,
yes,
it was
so.
funny because he lost his division and then went into the division.
The
He was the
higher-
smallest guy in that
Yep.
division, and then he wins that one. He had to work for it, though.
That was a nice transition, though. He
Yep.
threw him down into mount, basically, straight into the arm bar.
So we just need
He's
to.
trying to be nice here or something. I don't know why.
Well, she would get close to tapping and then stop, and then get close to tapping and then stop, and he was trying to.
So here's the thing, right? With Jose and Chris.
Oh, we're back here.
Yeah. They're not doing anything, like essentially they're just holding it. And Jose should never be on his leg. If
I gotta
you're-
say,
Oh,
though,
yeah, that's
Chris
sweet.
Chris has been training for like less than a month. I bet.
Yes.
Easily.
But Jose being on that leg like that,
That's
it
a-
doesn't take anything for you to
sweep
do
him
sit
over.
up, for you
Hit
to.
him,
That's a hip
destroy him
bump all
here.
day long.
Yeah,
I
or
mean-
scissor sweep, anything.
Yeah.
If you're going to be in guard, the best thing you can learn how to do is really have posture. All right, so is that round?
Yep, that
This is round
That's
three.
round 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you guys can see, there's a lot of action that happens, and there's a lot of things to kind of get to review. It's the greatest thing to get to watch. 6, 7, 8 groups of white belts go at each other, so you're constantly getting to kind of see mistakes and different action scenes. So we appreciate you guys watching the segment and keep following the show.
See ya.
Bye.